Welcome to Dine with Shamu. It's a privilege for all of us to connect with, care for, and celebrate SeaWorld's killer whales. For 50 years, we've been honored to raise public awareness of these animals and how we're all connected to our one ocean. We hope that over the next few minutes, we can share with you even more about our killer whales. No one understands the power of this wondrous connection between people and killer whales, as well as our SeaWorld trainers, and here they are to tell us more.
Well, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Trey, over here on the far side of the pool. You know, it's such a privilege for us to work with these amazing animals every single day. As animal trainers, we're part of a multifaceted SeaWorld team that is responsible for the health, care, and well-being of these incredible animals. And we couldn't be more proud to have you visit Shamu family.
Thank you so much.
For the last 2 years, we have led the way in marine mammal care and conservation. Joining us today are fully leaders of our 7 pond. Katina, Nalani, Makaio, and Malia. Now, a really cool fact about killer whales is killer whales are always known as a matriarchal society. So, that means Katina is the dominant animal in the pool. She is in charge. In fact, the adult male is at the bottom of the killer whale social hierarchy. Now, in the 50 years that we've been caring for these amazing animals, we actually have the most successful killer whale breeding program in the world. With our 30th whale being born in San Diego, California in December of last year. Joining Katina today are 2 young juvenile whales, Nalani and Makaio. Nalani is an 8-year-old female, and Makaio is a 4-year-old male. Now, both of those whales were born right here at SeaWorld of Orlando. In addition to them, Malia, who is a 7-year-old juvenile female killer whale, was born right here as well. Since these whales have been living with us, we've been able to track their growth and development from day one. In fact, if you look across the field, we have a killer whale scale that we can get reaching weight from the animal. Now, a whale as large as a killer whale eats a lot of fish. We feed our whales 3 different types of fish throughout the day: herring, capelin, and salmon. Now, utilizing all these different tools, we have various sessions with our whales throughout the day. In fact, you guys are going to get to see a session known as a learn. Now, this is a session where we actually work on new behaviors with the animals. Now, if you look over in the slide out area, here's Nalani. Now, with our learning sessions, we use positive reinforcement throughout the entire training process. So whether it's a 9-pound otter or a 9,000-pound killer whale, we're going to use positive reinforcement.
Thank you. No problem.
You may notice that the trainers have the whistles around their neck. That lets the animal know that is exactly what we're looking for. Good job. So when you hear the trainers blow the whistle, that means the animal has done the correct behaviors. And they're going to get some sort of reward. That could be fish, or it could be a nice back rub, some ice, jello. And as you look across the distance over there, you can see our EEDs, which is just an abbreviation for environmental enrichment devices, which all in all is just a big fancy word for toys. Now you notice Ashley's standing across the way on the pinball scale, and she's holding the tool known as a target pole. The target serves as an extension of our hand. The animals learn to follow the target in whichever direction we move it. The way we start training them to follow the target is we'll actually touch the target to their body. Once we do that, we bridge it, and we feed them fish. Eventually, through time, they start to associate that target with something they're supposed to touch. So when they make the decision to touch it on their own, we reinforce that, draw attention to it, and throw a big party for them, and that increases the likelihood of them touching that target. From there, we can actually start shaping behavior. That is a term that we use to show how we actually get the animals to do different jumps, behaviors in the pool. So, when we're shaping behavior, we can actually use 2 target poles. If you look over here, Brian is working with Malia, and he's helping her learn a behavior known as a side reach. Now, what he's working on right now is using 2 target poles, like I said. The objective is getting her to touch her head or her rostrum to the one target pole, while moving her pectoral flipper to the side and touching the other one. We want her to land on her side with this behavior. So you heard the bridge. That That is exactly what Brian was looking for. Now, the term we use to describe how we break down the behaviors when we're training them is known as successive approximations. That is just a really fancy term for baby steps. Breaking it down into individual steps for the animal helps them with their learning. A lot of times people ask, how fast do the animals learn? Well, that's dependent on the individual. We all learn at different rates, just like you and I. I may be really good at math, you may be really good at reading, so we're all going to learn at different rates. Same thing goes with the whales. They all have individual personalities. We work with them every single day. We start to learn their personalities and start to learn their different strengths and weaknesses. So we can utilize that when we're training different sessions with the animals. Now it's very important to make sure you have a lot of fun with your whales throughout the day. They're awesome, and it's great to start building on a relationship in any shape you can. So Morgan over here is working with Katina. Just hanging out with her, using those jellos, having fun, not really asking her for anything, but figuring out different things that she likes are great ways to build relationships with her. Now I want you guys to look across the pool. We're actually working on a center belly behavior where Makaio's going to jump out and land on his stomach just like a belly flop. Now Ashley taps that target pool. Like I said, it's an extension of her hand. It tells him where she wants him to be. We want it out far in the pool, so we can't actually use our hands out there. So he'll follow that target where she slaps it. Now you notice he just did the jump, but didn't get a bridge. The bridge is the whistle that we use to let everyone know that they perform the behavior correctly. So he didn't hear that. So what do? Well, we like to call that an LRS. It's a least reinforcement scenario. It doesn't tell him that he did the behavior wrong, but it doesn't tell him that he did it correctly either. It's a pause. It gives him 3 seconds to reset. Ashley can either ask for that behavior again or move on to something completely different. Now let's talk about killer whales. I was talking to you guys how we work them throughout the day, but let's actually talk about the whales themselves. So Katina, you just noticed that she was making those vocalizations. In fact, those are coming from her blowhole. Killer whales are mammals like you and I, so they do breathe air. They can actually hold their breath for up to 25 minutes at a time. Those vocalizations coming out of their blowhole are just different ways that they can communicate with one another.
Get down!
Now, look at their coloration. Killer whales are 3 different colors. They're black, white, and gray. This is an adaptation that helps them survive. In fact, it's a built-in camouflage for the whales, known as disruptive coloration. So, when fish are swimming around, they may not be able to tell a killer whale is a killer whale until it's too late. Why is that? Because those black and white and gray colorations are broken up in the murky salt water. And it helps them to sneak up on their prey just like Nalani did. Now Brian's over here working Malia on her side reach, and he's targeting her pectoral flipper. A cool fact about that flipper, if you were to take an x-ray of it, it looks just like a human hand with 5 divots fused over by the flipper. Those pectoral flippers help them as they stop and steer through the water. Now, if you look across the pool, you notice that Kayla just did that center belly, and he got a bridge, so that is exactly what we're looking for. You guys hear the trainers blowing the wind, the bridge, it's okay to cheer and encourage the animal. That's exactly what we're looking for. Now, everybody, right here in front of me, this is a good photo opportunity. Nalani's going to slide up. And have a nice little pose. Now, killer whales are the top predators of the ocean. They can, in fact, lift themselves completely up and out of the water, as we'll see in the center of the pool. Now Now, using the power of their tail flukes, they can in fact reach speeds of up to 30 miles an hour. We've actually been able to get voluntary blood samples from all of our killer whales from those tail flukes. In fact, if you were to hold the tail flukes in your hand, you'll see they have veins similar to the veins you'll see in our arm. We've actually trained the whales to actually roll over so that our veterinarians can get a voluntary blood sample, and that helps us better understand the animal's overall health. Now we hope you enjoyed this opportunity to learn more about killer whales. Like us, they learn through experience, observation, and cooperation. So when others see you and I taking part in caring for the environment, like picking up trash on the beach, it inspires them to make positive choices too. Through Shamu, we're reminded that each of us, by our actions, can have a positive impact on the environment. Now if we all join together in cooperation, just as killer whales do, we can work wonders. The beauties of our ocean will continue to thrive.
Is an historic year for our SeaWorld family of parks as we celebrate our 50th Sea of Surprises. This is just a part of what promises to be the most exciting era in SeaWorld's history. We look forward to seeing you again for the next amazing chapter in the SeaWorld story.
Ladies and gentlemen, you guys have been a fantastic audience. We hope you enjoyed this opportunity to learn more about killer whales. On behalf of all of us here at Shamu Stadium,